So traders, I want to give you a bit of a this is long-term view, okay? This is not day trading. This is not, I'm going to give you a long-term view of what I see happening in particular gold, what I see happening in the stock market. This is now for the rest of this decade. For the next 5 years, I'm going to share with you how I see gold playing out and on the big super cycles that's happening right now. Gold, stock market. I'm going to show you what I see happening in the energy market, such as XLE, the energy sector. I'm going to show you the pattern there. I'm also going to talk to you things where I walk you through things like, say, for example, the energy sector, and also things like TLT. I think there's some really big, amazing opportunities over the next 5 years for you guys that are more investors or even looking for some really good trades over a good, say, 6 to 12 month period, like a really good, maybe 6-month trade. Or even a 12-month trade. I'm going to share with you what I see happening in the super cycles here so you can get ready for the next decade, because I believe there's going to be some really big, amazing, massive volatility in the markets, but with that volatility, it's going to create some amazing opportunities here. One question I get asked all the time is, John, how do you trade the market? What sort of trading strategy do you do? So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm actually running a free training, and on this free training, I'm going to walk you through all the details to my actual trading system, how I identify the trades, how I scan the market to find these trades, and so much more. So I'm running this free training today. If you click on that link in the description there, the first thing in the description, or go to johnsfreetraining.com, you can get access to that right now. Alrighty, so let's actually start off with gold here. So again, guys, just to repeat, this here is the analysis for the long-term gold perspective, okay? Long-term gold perspective. So let's actually look at this here. So firstly, I'll bring up this logarithmic chart here. So actually, let me bring on the GLD here, because the GLD actually definitely gives me a much more of a time base here, right? So for the really big long-term picture, what I see happening here with gold is, by the way, once again, traders, what I want you to do is when you're looking at the markets and when you're trying to see where are we right now, what's really going on right now, let's just be smart here, right? And what that simply means is, as you can see, every time we go through a very big extended bull market here, bull phase, that's a big bull phase. Every time we go through these big bull phases, they typically do end, and when they do end, like here, when we do start to get towards the end, we go through these phases here, right? So anyway, but looking at this level from here, what I see happening here with gold, and again, what the chart I'm using here, if I just show you this here, the chart I'm using is a logarithmic chart, right? This one here, as you can see, right? Logarithmic chart as well too. And then obviously we have this one here, which is just a arithmetic chart. But if I use the logarithmic chart, by the way, nah, this thing's just going to keep going up, right, guys? Anyway, I had to do that. How I see this happening here, guys, is if you look at the way one thing I've learned through trading is that while short-term analysis, like daily chart analysis and even weekly chart analysis, can give us some picture of what's going on right now. Like gold, right? As I do this video for you right now, gold is starting to break out. The weekly chart, if you watch my videos in the last, say, week or even the last couple of days, I've talked to you about the pattern that I use, which is just a simple sideways pattern, strong moving average, to give me a high probability of having another big move to the upside. Very, very simple. But one thing I've also learned is the art and the power of looking at big picture analysis, right? So for you guys that are just trying to make money this week, you don't give a shit about, I don't give a shit about what's going to happen next year, John. Just tell me what's going to happen now so I can make money. This is probably not going to be for you, right? You're probably looking at trying to make a few $1,000s. This is for people that are really trying to, how do I potentially generate an extra 1, 2, or 3 more zeros by the end of 2030? Where do I position myself, right? That's what this is all about. That's the thing. I'm a both sides scenario. I'm a trader and I'm also investor. But if we have a look at these big, long-term, massive charts, they give us some guide and some gauge on what's going on right now. What's going on right now, and what could we expect? And if we do get what could we expect from that there? Now, as you'll see with every single market out there, no matter whether it's a daily chart, weekly chart, or monthly charts, these markets go through these different phases, right? Now, when looking at a monthly chart, these phases can last a couple of years, and then we go through another phase. Now, let me explain what I mean here. even in a very big, and this is where it gets so amazing, right? Even in very big bull markets and obviously bear markets, so on and so forth, we go through what's called two different phases. We go through energy using phase. And the energy using phase, think about the energy using phase is more like the funds have got all this capital at their disposal. So they're starting to use the funds, aka their energy, to buy it up, right? They buy it up, and they're using it, they're buying it, which is causing what? The price to go up. But then there eventually comes a time when they've what? They're starting to get low on the energy, right? And they end up saying, oh, we want to start to now take some profits off. We've been buying this up for a while right now. Let's actually start to take some profits off here. So when we start to go through the profit taking situation, then we start to go through what? We either go through we go through a bit of a drop to the downside. So it could be either like this here, where we get a sharp drop. That can happen. Or it may be more like just that could be 1. 2, we could get more like it'll go down, but it'll more slowly go down like this here, like a slow down phase. Or it may just even go sideways from here. That's typically what you get in all markets, right? This is how markets work. And once you start to understand this, you start to see where, again, 95% of traders don't do well at trading because of this one simple thing I'm telling you right now. What a lot of traders don't understand is exactly what I'm telling you here right now, and how the markets work is that they go through this energy using phase for a while. But if the market's been going up for, in this case, I'm looking at a monthly chart here. Right? This is big long-term monthly chart. Again, this whole video here is about what's the big cycles of play right now, the big picture, the 10,000 foot view. So we can understand what's happening and what's probably likely to come real soon, just based off what markets do. Right? This is not me making something up. This is why my trading has done so well, and I do so well as a trader myself, is because you just understand these what's called two different phases. After a while, right, these markets go through these phases, and they all go through it, especially on monthly charts. Now again, this time frame here, if I let's bring on say a black, right? This here on a monthly chart could last anywhere from 1 to 2 years. And then this here could last anywhere from 6 to 12 months, sometimes as much as 3 years if it's just going to go sideways. So you see these patterns. And the reason why this is so powerful is because you can just be smart about the way we're doing things, right? Let's just be intelligent about what we're doing here. And this is not about being fearful or greedy or anything like that. Let's just say, okay, what's going on here and what's probably likely to come over the next, especially like this here, what's likely to come over the next 12 months? And especially what's then likely to come over, over the course of the next, say, 5 years. So we can position ourselves, especially for you guys that have got millions of dollars in your investing account, me too, right? And we start to go through these phases of where do I position myself with my larger amount of money that I have to benefit from these markets? And where can I be more cautious in these markets? So the gold market, I'm giving you a bit of a template here now, and I'm going to go a bit quicker with these other markets, right? But I'll give you a bit of a template here. So you can see here that no matter what you're doing, the market goes through these phases, right? You can see here that we went up from 2005 into 6. So we had a 1, maybe there, right? Again, and then we did what? And then we actually spent 1 year going sideways. We spent another year going up, and then we had a drop, and then we had a very big bull market, right? This very big bull market here, this very big bull phase here, that lasted for around about 2 years, maybe a little bit longer. And then what ended up happening? Then we went through a very significant drop through the downside. Then we had another big bull phase through here for 2 years. Then it actually went what? Sideways for 3 years. And now we've been up, and we're probably going to have another move to the upside. But as you can see, if you just look at the way this market works and the way this is all set up, you see it goes through what? We go through the energy using. So we buy it up through here, and then we end up going through an energy building phase, which could be 6 to 12 months, especially on a monthly chart, right? And typically what ends up happening is that the longer the bull market, say for example, this bull phase here went on for about 2 or more years, that's when we can start to see maybe 1 or 2 years of consolidation, not much going on. Same thing here. This was a roughly 2 year of a bull phase. Then we did 3 years of nothing. So the biggest mistake that Ray Dalio and Howard Marks have said, and you see how this works, is one of the biggest mistakes even investors get wrong, is they see 2-3 years of 1-2-3 years of a very big bull market, then they look to get into it. But as you can see, the best times of getting into something is, or when that happens, we know we're getting towards the end of that there. So one thing I see is that just by these markets here, no, this time is not different. And yes, there's going to be a lot of noise that's going to come out of the marketplace right now. But over the next, say from now through to say 2030, I see we've already been in a very big bull market for almost 2 years. And so within that, we're getting towards the end of this bull market, just like all significant bull markets. This here was 2 years, 2 years. This was about a 1 year, right? So 1 to 2 years, anything after 2 years, we're definitely in a massive move. And then typically what happens, and then we also do know we're going to get that now energy building phases. The energy using is when the market's pushing up, they're using a lot of energy, and then we go through the energy building phases. They're either selling it off, which is causing that, or that. So expect maybe something like this happening, right? Not exactly like that, but expect a bit of a correction there. Or more importantly, just expect like maybe, I'm expecting maybe a 30% correction, which would just be just like a 50% retracement. And that's very healthy, right? That's very healthy in a very big bull market. So I'm seeing that through there. But then after the 26 into 27 period, I see roughly 2027 through to 2030. That's when we can start to see some massive moves. There's going to be a reflationary period coming back in the markets there. And so if you look at this here and you start to apply the same analysis on all markets, look at this here. This here is the Dow Jones. Again, big long-term monthly charts. And what is this here? This is where when you really step back here, you don't become fearful anymore of very short-term movements. Why? Look at all this time. This first arrow here is what? Trump's getting it in. He's going to crash the economy. This one here was COVID. The second arrow here, that's COVID. This one here, 2023 recession fears. This one here was what? The tariff. Notice even through this very big bull market, yes, we have those situations that come in the markets, but what is that all doing at the end of the day? Right? What is that all doing? That's doing what? That's doing, we go up for a while and then we have a bit of a phase. We go up for a while, we have a drop. Up, drop, up, drop, up, 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 up. Drop, up, 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 up. So what I drew there is actually what I'm expecting. I'm expecting some more upside to come out of this bull market. I think we still have a lot more legs coming out of this bull phase from here by looking at this big picture. But then I do see a good 20-30% drop coming next year. Now that sounds really bad, right? Oh my goodness, big drop, 30% crash, that did it all over. You know, demolishing, blah, blah, blah. All that sort of stuff's going to come out of it. But then we know the Fed and the government, they're going to come out and do the whole printing thing, right? Whole printing thing, and they're going to reflate the markets, and then we're going to see just an extraordinary bull phase out of the markets there. Once again, right? Same for the S&P 500 of all these indices. This is the S&P 500. We're probably likely to see some more upside to come out of this level here, right? And as you can see, it's all the same thing in it, guys, right? Market goes up for a while, high, low, up, energy using. We go through an energy building phase, energy using, and we step up, up, up. Then we get the pullback, then we get up, up, up. We get the pullback up, 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 up. Then we get the pullback again. Even from there, even if we get this here, which is like a 30%, roughly 30% after seeing more movement to the upside, that is just what? At the end of the day, it's just and if you look at this from a really big picture perspective, and this is a guy for you guys, again, this is not for you guys that are trying to make $1,000 this week, right? That's the wrong way to be thinking about trading anyway. I now understand that now, after 20 years of trading the markets, right? But the reason why this is so important, even if you are a short-term trader, this lets you see, that's all that's going on right now. No, this is not the top in the markets. This is just another one of those, right? So even though we may get some more upside from here, right? And then if we do get the 20, 30% crash, it's going to look like that. What's that going to do? All that is that probably there, and then we're going to see another massive reflation in the 2030s, early 2030s from there. So yes, while there is a recession coming, and it's going, the coming recession is going to cause this drop probably through 2026, and then we're likely to see some really big moves to the upside. So that's what I'm seeing there, guys, on the gold market, on the stock market. If I show you now, if you actually go look at this here, right? Let me show you this here. So look at gold. Remember I said before with gold? Look at this here. When the market does, whenever we do nothing for, this is about 3 years of doing nothing here, right? What happened afterwards? This is a 2-year bull market. Now, keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. Now, if I go to XLE, and let me bring up this chart here for you, right? What do you see? So this is XLE, right? XLE, that's the resistance point there. Look what's happening right now. We went up for, guess it, roughly 2 years. Now we've been doing this for 3 years. I wonder what's coming soon, right? I wonder what's coming soon. So this here, one thing that I'm always doing, guys, is as a trader, right? As a trader in these, or as a trader or even an investor in these markets, I'm always looking for what's that market to like to make the next big move. One of the biggest mistakes that I'm seeing most people make in these markets, whether you're a trader or even an investor, is you see what's hot right now, and then you try to jump on what's hot right now. FYI, if what's hot right now in the public, in the media, you know that's the noise, right? The noise is always the worst at extremes. And when there's no noise, that's when you want to become involved with it. So if I go back to my gold chart here as an example, back here, you know what was happening back here all through 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023. What was happening back here? Did anyone care about gold? No. There was no noise at all. That's the market you should be focusing on. Why? Because you're getting in before the market starts, before the noise starts. Why is so many people liking gold now? Ooh, why? Because it's already made the move. And 95% of people in the marketplace lose money. Right? In fact, it's only about 1% of people in the market actually make money. 95% lose money. The other 4%, they're basically breaking even, and only 1% are actually doing really well. And then you get into the less than 1% who actually then start to do 7 figures and more. Make sense? So if you're looking, for me, I'm always looking to get in before the bull market starts. And as you've seen through this video, we just sit back and just be smart about these markets and not try to throw our egos at it. We know after a period of a big bull market for a few years, we're probably going to go through an energy building phase, a bit of a correction, right? That's how all these markets work. We can just see this here. So if we understand that, for me, if I'm looking, what's that next pocket of opportunities that's likely to do really well? So I'm doing this from a trading perspective for over a couple of months, right? And I'm also doing this from that point from there. So if I go back to my energy, the XLE, why am I focused on this one here? Because guess what? One, most people are not focused on the energy sector right now, right? What are we all focused on? Stock market, AOA stocks, gold, silver, mining sector, Bitcoin, all these markets. Remember I said before, 2023, what were people focusing on when gold was doing this here? They weren't focused. What were they focused on? You're an idiot. Why would you be in gold for? Look at Bitcoin go. You probably remember that, right? If you're around that time, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Everyone was about, oh, you're an idiot. Why would you worry about gold? Gold's done nothing for 3 years. You little pumpkin. That's when we should be focusing on it. Why? Because we're getting in before that bull market starts. Then, a year later, that's when the noise starts. Oh, why aren't you in gold? You're an idiot. You should have been in gold. Oh, and here we go again. So for me, I'm always focusing on those markets that most people are not focusing on right now, right? This is for people that if you're looking to get in and hold something for, even for a couple of year period or looking for that next big bull market, then it's likely to happen when most people are not talking about it. And if you're focusing on something like, I know a lot of people are getting into Bitcoin right now. Why? Been going up for 2 years and Bitcoin just keeps going up, and you've probably heard it before, right? So XLE, that's one market there. The other market that's doing the exact same thing, remember, not many people are talking about this here right now. There's not a lot of noise around these markets. And also, the number one pattern is what? When we do nothing for 3 years, just like gold, very soon, now that soon word, over the next 3-6 months, maybe more, we're probably likely to be getting at the start of a very nice breakout soon. And that could be the start of a couple of year bull market, just like gold, right? That's the one thing there. And the same thing for USO, not oil, right? Let's be smart here. It's so interesting, isn't it? Let's do this here. So I'm going to bring up, this is USO. Look at USO. Does this USO chart look anything like oil? And the answer is no. Even though this is the United States Oil Fund, and I know this is going to rub some people the wrong way, but oil right now has been going down for the last couple of years. It's a different pattern. The market's making a different pattern. So I'm not talking about oil here. Has oil been going sideways for 3 years? No, it's actually been slowly trending down for the last 3 years. USO, because it's the pattern, has been doing nothing for 3 years. So therefore, why do you think I've got this on my watch list right now? And week after week after week after week, I'm monitoring it. Say it with me. Just like gold, we have 3 years of a sideways, but when we do start to break out, it doesn't happen straight away. But that could be the start of a very big bull market there. Same with XLE. Sideways for 3 years, not much going on a big monthly charts. So over the next 3 months, 6 months, hey, it could be now. I don't know. But my job, if I'm looking to capture a really big profit, jump on that next big bull move. See what I'm doing here? Right? So while people are now chasing gold and it's already been in a big bull market for 2 years, you're too late. Wait for that big correction, which it will come. And again, people that are going to listen to the noise and they're going to trade with their egos are going to say, John, you don't understand, this time's different, the debt bubble is going to upload, and that's it, it's all over for the government. No, it's not all over for the government. They're going to keep printing money. They're already printing more money right now. No, it's not the end. There's so much more to go. As in no, the debt bubble's not going to explode. That's 2030s. 2030s is when we start to get in trouble right now, right? And then, so that's it there. And then USO. See how it's what I'm talking about here is just a simple pattern. And that is, one, no one's talking about it. I want to be involved with it. And two, we typically don't do much for 3 years. And after 3 years of doing nothing, no trend, no nothing for 3 years, typically what happens is, just like gold here, just like the good old gold is after a good 3 year period, when we do start to break out, it's gone up for a while, for 2 years, it did nothing for 3 years, no trend, we break out. This here is likely to be the start of a very big bull move, and we see this rise out of that level there. Therefore, XLE, once again, XLE, USO, right? As you can see, USO what? It's the pattern. Remember, not oil, USO, not oil. Oil's been doing what for the last 3 years? They're making different patterns, right? So USO is the market I'm focused on because it's giving me the pattern of 3 years of nothing, 3 years. And just like every other time that we have done a considerable amount of sideways movement, we end up getting big moves. Sideways movement, what do we get? We got a big move there. That doesn't look like much, but from there to there was a 70 to almost 80% drop. Do you see what I'm looking at here now? I've showed you with gold. There's one simple pattern can help you identify what you should be focusing on to get in on that next big move. All markets, I find these really big markets when we do this here for many, many years. I don't know when, but when it starts to break, when we start to break here, we're probably likely to go for a big move. Sideways for all this time, when it starts to break, we're probably likely to go for a big move. Sideways for many years, and this one here has been really tight, right? If we start to break up above this level here, guess what's coming? You know what's coming, right? That through there. And then also, if I want to look at just the cycle of things where we are right now, again, being successful in the markets, this is more for long term. Again, this is for you guys that have got large investment accounts and you're looking for these opportunities that you could be focused on. Where do I put my money here? Now you see what I'm looking at here, right? This is where people that are focused on this sort of stuff, this is where you can start to build up from now through to 2030. If you start to see what happens with gold and just being smart, right? Knowing when to get in, knowing when to stay cautious, knowing what to wait for, all these markets here. This is where if you could get in at a good time and hold it for a good couple of years too, and see these massive super cycles, you can start to see these massive super cycles that are at play right now. We can start to make sure we do this here. By 2030, we could be adding not one extra zero to our trading account or our investing account, but maybe even 2 or 3 more zeros, if you know what I mean from there, right? And then the other market here is TLT. Yeah, let me go to the weekly chart here with TLT. Once again, everything goes in cycles, right, guys? For you guys that have got more than a 5 in front of your name, if you know what I mean, if you're in your 50s and plus, and you just step back and look at the economy, everything just goes in cycles, right? And that's the reason why, once again, everyone loves gold right now, so we're probably getting towards the end of gold. For now, then we go through a correction when everyone's going to hate it and say you're an idiot and why did you stay in and then blah, 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 right? All that sort of stuff. Everything goes in cycles, right? So for the last couple of years, we've been in a massive cycle where interest rates have stayed high and the bond market, TLT, has been getting crushed. So if that's the case, if we just understand how things go in cycles, everything goes in cycles, right? Cycle up, cycle down, cycle up, cycle down, cycle up, cycle down, cycle up, cycle down, 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 down. Guess what's coming real soon, guys? We're probably going to see that real soon. Now, again, this whole thing about TLT is not right now. I actually prefer, I would love to see a capitulation, end of trend type of move. And what that means is that what they do is I would love to see, this is a weekly chart here on TLT. If I can get a capitulation, like a real big drop in interest rates like that, but then we turn right back around, this here is a capitulation type of sucker in type of drop. And then from that there, then we're probably likely to start to see this here. But even if we don't get that, I see real soon. Now, again, I don't know. This whole thing could start to really play out next year. But what I'm talking about here is how do I keep an eye on over what sort of things should I be focusing on over the next 5 years as these massive super cycles unfold, so I can keep an eye on it. Oh, look, this gold's gone down. Gold's had a big drop over the last 12 months. Oh, you know what? There could be a good buying opportunity here soon because gold's probably going to go to 10,000 in the next 4 or 5 yease. Oh, stock market crash, recession, everyone's fearful. Stock market down 30%. Oh, there could be an opportunity here. Oh, XLE is just starting to break out now. We could be starting a new trend, right? Oh, oil, TLT. See what I'm saying here? So if you notice what I'm talking about here, I'm talking about markets and things that most people are not even focusing on right now. They're focusing on what? What's hot. And again, I'm going to leave this video. I'm going to finish this video off with this one comment from the masters themselves. That is Howard Marks and Ray Dalio. And the biggest problem with people that are getting involved with these markets, whether it's your short-term trader, day trader, which is the worst trader, even if you're a swing trader and you're holding things for a few months, like me, or even if you're an investor and you're looking for opportunities, the worst thing that people do is they focus on the market that's hot, that's been hot for the last few years, because they think what's hot right now, what everyone's talking about right now is the market to focus on. And as you know, just like the cycles, that everything goes in cycles. And when we start to go through a big upswing phase in any market and it starts to get a lot of noise, Ray Dalio and Howard Marks says the biggest mistakes that most people make getting involved with these markets is they think that what has done well for the last few years is probably likely to continue doing really well, which, as you know, everything has its day. Everything goes in cycle. There's summer, winter. So what's been going up for the last few years, gold, is eventually going to have its time where it's not going to be the hottest thing in the marketplace, and we're probably going to go through a downswing real soon. So this is the reason why, as you can see, the market you want to be focused on if you're looking to capture that next big move is not the market that's already made a big move. It's those markets that I talked about today where no one's talking about it. People are not focused on it. They are the markets to be focusing on, to be getting ready for over the next 6, maybe 12 months, maybe even longer, to see these massive super cycles at play to start to generate some serious wealth. So traders, before you leave today, I want to give you an invite to apply for my John's Inner Circle coaching program. This is my top level coaching program, and this is for only serious people only. This group right now currently is only around 15 people, so it's only a real small group because I'm with you every single week in that small group. This whole group here, this John's Inner Circle, is about giving you exactly what you need to know on how to identify a really good high quality setup, trade management techniques, how I scan the markets, and so much more. Plus also every single week I'm doing live coaching sessions that help you with every single area that goes into becoming a good trader and so much more. So this is only for serious people only. This is my top level coaching program. It's only a real small group. But if you're at the point right now where you are absolutely serious about becoming disciplined and you really want to make commitment to becoming a good trader, then my Inner Circle may be a good fit for you. If you go to getjohnshelp.com, that's an application form. Go fill that out right now, and you and I will have a good chat on the phone, and I'll see where you're at, and you'll be able to see more about the actual coaching program. And if we're a good fit, then maybe we can move together from there. But if you're real serious about this and you really want to take this to a whole brand new level, and you want to be more than 95% of traders lose money in the markets, and if you finally want to start to crack into the top 5%, and even the top 1%, then this may be a good fit for you. So go to getjohnshelp.com right now. Apply for that. It's only for the first 10 people only. And I look forward to speaking to you on the phone real soon.